Well, hi, welcome to my world of 1 year transformation. And I really just want to introduce you to this whole idea, this whole concept that you can make huge changes in your life for the better in a relatively short space of time. That's become such a powerful concept to me, which I want to share with you, because so often the big challenges in life, whether it's a health challenge, whether you're struggling with your relationships in your marriage, or you've got a real financial challenge, I think where we tend to sit, especially when you get to my age, is that these things are big problems and they take a long time to solve. I'm going to, over the next few days, I'm going to take you through my health story, my wealth story, my self story, just to show you how I've taken this concept of doing something every single day, small, manageable steps towards a goal, and over the period of less than a year, seeing the most incredible transformation. And it is so empowering. I found it to be so empowering. You know, just over a year ago from now, I was overweight and unfit. In a space of 6 months, I lost all of my weight. I put myself on a running program, running every single day now, restoring fitness that I knew when I was 35. And I'm going to take you through that story of how I got myself into perfect shape and weight, getting my health on track. And it's the concept of doing something every day and the motivation that brings. And having gone through that journey through health, fitness, I was facing a massive challenge in the area of my finances. You know, at the age of 58, I've had a traditional business for decades, and it's served me well, but I've not been successful in putting money aside to be in a position to retire well. And, you know, I took that same concept of doing something every day towards a goal to put in place a fantastic change in my financial situation, where I can now begin to look forward to freedom in my future. And I'm going to take you through that journey as well. It's something I learned, really, the concept of cracking something, doing something every day that can lead to big change, to big success. And I'll just briefly tell you the story of how I've realized the power of doing something every day from when I was a child. And it was when I learned music, and my parents encouraged me to learn the clarinet. And I started learning, and it did okay, but they fairly early on, they said, why don't you get into the habit of practicing in the morning before the distractions of the day? You know, when you get home from school in the evening, there's so much going on. So I did. I just got into the habit of getting my clarinet out in the morning for half an hour and just practicing, just a little every day, every single day. I was not the most gifted musician by a long way, but I did it every day. And over the course of time, and what ended up being years, I became a highly competent clarinetist and got to grade 8 distinction, played in my local youth orchestras, in the top orchestra, played solos. Amazing, not because I was amazing, but just the principle of every day. And I think of sport examples too. You know, David Beckham from the past, and how he would just day after day after day kick that ball, those free kicks, so that when it mattered, he could launch that ball into the top corner of the net. Not because he was the most gifted, but because he just did something every day towards that goal. And it really is, I've really found that to be powerful, because at the age of 58, where I am now, I was faced with those big challenges in life, my fitness, my weight, my wealth. And because of that, because I spent so much time trying to keep my business working, my relationship suffered too. I had less time to spend with family. My own wife, so often, she would look at me in the eye and say, can we go have a coffee? Can we do this? And I said, look, I've got to get this email done. I've got to get this work done, because I was so tied to my business, my traditional business. I'm an engineer, railway engineer, run my own consultancy business. But if I don't work, I don't get paid. And I've found over the years that even when the going was going really well, you know, 5 years ago, pre-COVID, my business was at a peak. And I thought, if I carry on at this rate, I can put enough money aside to retire over the next 10 years. But then, of course, downturn hit. But even in the peak, when I was making plenty of money, I still found it hard to take time off, because in my mind, I'm thinking, yes, I've made good money this month, but if I worked today, I could make more. And because I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So you've got to make hay whilst the sun shines. It was that idea. So I've found in my own business, whilst I've enjoyed the freedom in one sense of more money and to choose my time, I've actually found myself tied to my business. And so for me to learn to change that mindset, to build something that will give me freedom, and then to have the freedom to put into my relationship. But I can't wait till then, can I? Because so right now, whilst I'm building my business, my freedom, I've put in place some action steps to help my relationship with my wife. We just put in a simple thing of a regular weekly coffee date. And it's so powerful because my wife's love language is quality time. Mine is doing stuff, acts of service. And so we'd often find missing each other. I would love her by doing all of the washing up and making the house nice. And she would say, I just want you to sit down and spend time with me. And I wasn't very good at that. So I've started putting in place, again, consistent. Let's have a coffee date once a week. And it has so restored something about, closeness in our relationship. Still got way to go. Not there, but making progress. So really that's my sort of introduction to this whole concept of 1 year transformation, of asking you, what are those big challenges you see in life? You see, I believe that challenge comes to us and we can take two responses to challenge. Challenge either stops us in our tracks and we get paralyzed and we do nothing and we get stuck. Or we can take challenge as the opportunity to initiate change. It's an invitation. I see challenge as an invitation to say, something's not working, something's not right. I've come up against this challenge, this stop point. I could change path, I could do something different and overcome that challenge. And so that's what I really sort of say. What are those big challenges in your life? And it might be a health challenge, it might be a relationship challenge, or just self. You've lost yourself in the busyness of life and restoring what you used to do and love in your younger years. My wife and I used to do charity work in India, just traveling regularly, but life, family, business meant that we just didn't have the time to do that, and we lost the interest and the passion. And yet now, since I've put myself on this year of transformation, we've been out to India twice, and we're starting to do what we used to love doing literally decades ago. So challenge, what are your big challenges in your life? What are those things that you know you need to change and you want to change, but you've really struggled to get any traction? You've struggled to lose that weight. You've struggled to improve your relationships. You've struggled to get any way forward in your finances or in your wealth. Think about those things, because as I say, I'm going to be sharing over the next few days, weeks, however we go, these ideas, these concepts in all these areas, just to empower you to realize that what you could do to begin to change, to face these challenges, to see a solution. And so that's what I'm saying. In those areas, I chose my goal, my target, where I wanted to get. I broke it down into a daily action step, not overwhelming, not too big to manage, but manageable daily steps, which I then put into place. And because it's a short period, it's not like, I'm going to have to do this for 3 years. Because it was a manageable time, a 6-month period, less than a year, it's something you can do. And that has empowered me to see massive transformation. And I'm hoping to share that with you and pass that concept on to you and encourage you and help you to see real success, real transformation, massive change in your life, and to empower you and give you your best future. I'm a believer in realizing that we can create the most brilliant future. We've got everything as like a blank canvas. Our body is like, we can treat it well and get fit and get strong, and it's the best that it can possibly be. And we can do that in our fitness and health and relationships. And I'm a believer in living life to the full and living the best life, the best possible life. But there are challenges that need to be overcome, and that's what I'm hoping to empower people to do, to overcome their challenges, to break through, and to see massive transformation and to live their best life. So I welcome you into this place, onto my YouTube channel, and let's journey this together. See you soon.